This thing on? I think it's on. How y'all doing? It's here, Billybob. We're going to talk about fixed blade knives today. This video response to my buddy Romeo Death. But got quite a collection of fixed blade knives up here. We got this one here. We got this one, not my favorites. We got this one here. We got this one. Oh, let's see. We got this is a good one. That one. We got this little tiny little one for little critters. We got this one. We got this one here. We got this one right over here, and that's not none of my favorites. This one's got like a serrated edge to it. And you gotta remember, these things are pretty sharp. You gotta watch out with this one. But none of them are. Well, a couple of my favorites. Now this one right here, this one is special to me, and see how nice it is here. This one Romeo Delta done given me his own self as a memento. This one I kind of like, even though it's just a cheap Chinese knife, not one of my favorite ones, but it's like one of them underwater knives. This one here is very interesting because it's made out of a gator's jawbone. Yep, Seminole Indians make these things, and I can tell you, you don't want to get jabbed by that thing. It's Native Americans. Now, some of my favorites here is this is my daddy's World War II knife, WW2. It's a Mark I utility knife, United States Navy, right there. I'll show you a little bit more about that. This here is one of my favorites. And the one that gets most use right here is this one. Spec Plus Marine Corps wannabe from Ontario Forge. I'll tell you a little bit about that. That's the one I carry around with me up here in the woods when we're working on the fields. I'll go into a little bit more detail about these here knives now. There you go again. This is my daddy's United States Navy Mark I utility knife from World War II, 1943-ish. There are 30 different variants of this knife known during the war. Just about every major knife maker, manufacturer had a swing at one of these here. I don't know how many millions of them are out there. K-Bar, Union Cutlery Company, Western States Cutlery, just about everybody, Imperial Knife Company, Colonial Cutlery Company. This here one's from Geneva Forge, Inc. The blade of the Mark I was 5 1/8 inches. It was usually blued, though in some cases the blade was either parkerized or left unsubdued in a bright or polished finish. The original Navy specifications, maker's blueprints from the Department of the Navy in 1943, called for a knife with a blade length of 5.125 inches. And a leather washer handle with colored fiber spacers was supposed to be parkerized and marked United States Navy on the reverse, and Mark I above the maker's name on the obverse. Now this here one, you can see it does have the leather spacers, but they are not leather washers, but it's not colored, and the handle there is that's aluminum. They used a lot of other things. It was supposed to be aluminum, but they also used wood, plastic, iron, steel. Blade lengths were standard, but some were flat ground, others were fluted or saber ground. Handles were all leather washer. And the sheaths, the most two common sheaths, was a molded gray plastic scabbard, which is what we have right here. Molded gray plastic scabbard with gray webbing hanger. And there you go, right there. My daddy's knife, still using it. Now this here's my 2011 everyday utility knife that I use up here when I'm working. let me just show you this here thing. I'll get this apart. And there you go. What we'll have here is a Spec Plus Marine Corps combat knife. That blade is made of 1095 carbon steel, 7-inch blade, 12 inches overall. Sheath is Condor nylon. US made. I know they say US made, but on here it says that's right. Ontario Forge Company, I guess. USA. That is a nice knife. That's a sharp knife too, boy. I tell you, that's what I have. And I carry that on my weak side, and I draw it with my right hand. That's cross draw. Found it's a lot easier to get out that way and a lot easier to get back in when you're done using it. Now lastly, up here is here's a little extra bonus. Up here we like to do things ourselves, just in case the grid goes down and shit hits a fan. We gotta know how to do things. This here is a picture of me. I want to make my own knife here. Now this here is a piece of spring steel I done found in the junkyard here. You can see it's just a curved piece of tempered spring steel. It's maybe from off of a car or a truck or something or whatnot. What I'm doing here is I'm cutting it down, making it, I don't need no knife that's 3 feet long, that's for sure. Next thing we had to do, because that thing was bent like it was, heat it up red hot, hot as we could get it. And I hammered it out. You can see here, I'm hammering that thing right out like an anvil, just on a rock. That's all it is. A rock. This was a finished piece of steel I had now, manageable length. And next thing what we had to do was mark it out, so we had a full tang. This was going to be our tang right here. And once we had that done, and we cut her out. There's your tang. That's what's going to be the blade. As you can see, before and after pictures. That's what you look like before, and that's what you look like after. And now, and here she is, all finished up, my pride and joy. You're looking at a 24-inch overall, 14.5-inch blade made out of some kind of steel. I don't know. It's thick as could be though. And some people might call that a machete. I just called it a big old knife. On the handle too. I'm kind of proud of that. This here is just an old axe handle I found laying around right away. I put her on there. Yep, that's what you call a pick sticker, boy. Well, take care now. See you soon. Keep them videos coming in. Whoa, watch out. Whoa, watch out. Bye. Well, now,